Praise God, everyone. I'm so thankful to God for another new week that He's given us. I'll quickly share with you the word that God has placed in my heart for this week. It is taken from the book of Matthew, chapter 4. It talks about the temptation of Jesus. As you read this entire chapter, you will understand that Jesus was led by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. And then we also see how he encounters, how he responds to everything that the devil says. And finally, he comes out very victoriously through the temptations, and then the devil flees. When God allows us to go through a test or a temptation, I want all of us to remember that we are not helpless, or we are not hopeless in that situation. The angels are just waiting for us to get through the temptation, come out victoriously, and they are just there waiting for us. So we should first of all never think that God has put me in this path and I'm alone, I'm battling this all by myself. Not at all. God put Jesus in this time of temptation. He led Jesus into the wilderness. Why? Because not for harm, but the trust that he had in Jesus. He knew that he is my son. He will never go against me. He will never do anything against my commandment or my promise. I've told him what to do, and he knows. He has the blueprint in his hand, and nothing can take his mind off the plan that I have given him. He had so much of trust in Jesus that he allowed him to go through this time. And just as he trusted Jesus, he got through, and he went out victoriously. Always know that God puts you in a time of trial or temptation because he believes in you. He believes that you will not betray, you will not deny him, or your faith will not decrease in any way, but you will stand firm on him. Even as we read in the book of Job, about how Job was tested. God had so much trust in Job. He says to the devil, "Do you know my son, Job? Do you know how much he trusts me? Go and do all of this. He will not go against me. He will not go away from me." So much of trust he has on Job that he says, you can do what you want, but his life you will not touch. When we read this passage, we can understand that that's the trust that God had in Jesus. He leads his son into the wilderness to be tempted. If God has put you through such a hard situation, and if you're wondering, why God, why do I need to go through this situation? It's just not necessary for me. Well, my dear friend, I want to tell you, Job did not do anything wrong to go through that trial, but he stood his test, and he proved to the world, to the devil, that he serves an amazing God. He serves a God who loves him, who trusts in him. So today, you need to stand your test no matter how hard it is. You wouldn't have done anything wrong to deserve that. But then, always know God trusts in you, and he leads you into that situation for you to prove to the world that you serve a God who loves, who trusts, who comforts us. You and I might be going through situations that make no sense to us, but we are not here to understand everything, but we are here to thank God in everything. That's what he says, give thanks in everything. So today, can God look at us and say the same thing? Let's think about it. Can God trust us just as he trusted Job? Just as he had this confidence in Job that he will never leave him, can God look at us today and say that my daughter or my son will never leave me, even if they face the most hardest situation, the most dreadful thing ever in life, they will never leave my side? Can God look at us and say the same thing? Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope and believe that God will speak to your heart through his word. And if this is a blessing, please pass it on to someone and encourage them as well. And until I see you in the next video, you take care, my friend. God bless you. Bye.